Joining us from Boston. Maybe he can tell us what happened. Daniel Patrick Welch, everything seemed to be going well regarding November 9th, and then less than 24 hours ago you have this announcement. What do you think happened? Did something happen between Catalonia and the central government in Spain, meaning the central government influencing this decision?
Yeah, it's a tough question because the independence movement is well established. But there, at the center of it, are some leaders who are very much insiders, like Mas, like Oriol Junqueras and Josep Rull. And the question is whether or not this kind of a plebiscite has any meaning. Even before the meeting with the central government, it was a non-binding referendum, and when Mas says new form, it's going to be even less of a, it's a non-starter. It's not really about independence, and so it's a very frustrating thing for the people on the ground.
You know, this movement is very much so a nationalistic movement, but of course we can't take away the economic significance that it plays. We know that Catalonia and Barcelona in particular obviously contribute quite a bit to Spain's overall economy, and of course their gripe is we're not getting enough back. This is not going to go away. Do you think that come November 9th or even earlier, we're going to see some type of how can I say, frustration on the part of Catalonians for Artur Mas perhaps to come out and scrap this referendum motion that was going to take place?
I mean, I hope that he does, because in its current form, it's not really an independence vote. I had a friend who's active in Catalonia compared it to the Eurovision voting for the Song of the Year. You know, it's a carnival. And I think that this shows on a broader scale what has happened to the idea of voting in plebiscites as a kind of a tool and a toy in the hands of the Western elites. When it's something actually threatening, they massively attack it, as they did in the Scottish referendum, and they work really hard to suppress it. So voting as a show piece, to kind of pacify the masses and make it look like you have a semblance of democracy, is very valid. But if you have actual self-determination, it's a threat, as it was in Crimea, as it would be if it happened in Kosovo, which is just now a huge military base. You know.
Thank you very much for that, Daniel Patrick Welch, political commentator from Boston. On to our fifth and final story. The World Health Organization is warning that in 2 months there's going to be up to 10,000 new cases of Ebola per week. The organization said that if the response to the crisis